It would help if I had the audio on. Whoops. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, February 26, 2016. And you ever have that moment when you realize you just completely overthought something, right? So, I was thinking of the system yesterday, and we were trying to think of one that would work well for joysticks, one work well for whatever. And then I realized that one actually works well for keyboard, mouse, touch, and joystick. So first I was going to be like, oh, let's have multiple different types of camera styles, and we'll let people select them like components. So their player controller will have plugins to accept whatever it is. But then I realized there's one system that works best in basically every situation. So let's try implementing that first to make sure I'm right. So we need to open up our game project, and then we will do a compile again, which should compile. This one will require a little bit more functionality to Level Manager, though, or at least something that plugs into Level Manager. Probably Level Manager, though. The paint on my walls makes you feel cathartic. Why is that, Noguchi? And thanks for calling me your favorite programmer, by the way. Doesn't Bell program? No, maybe not. I think he's just graphic design only. Never mind. So what we have right now, when we plug in our setup, lets you smoothly transition. Peach does it, nice. So you smoothly transition when you hold your joystick, and when you release, it snaps us to the nearest tile. This feels a little bit janky when you hold it down, though. It kind of doesn't want to move. That should be fine. I mean, this is not exactly bad controls, but what I was thinking of instead, let's turn off the controller to save some battery. Makes a lot more sense. So, first things first, there is in the level here, when we create when we create a level, we have a bunch of tiles, as you can see here. There's a whole lot of tiles. This is 32 by 32, could be 64 by 64 or more, depending on how efficient it is. The question is, what language am I using again? C++. For almost everything. It's possible I might use Blueprint's visual, the Blueprint's visual scripting system for some things that works best in it. Usually, when you do stuff like that, C++ doesn't work so well for user interfaces. It does not work so well for level scripts. So let's say you have a level, and in that one level alone, just that one specific level, there is one object that has a button on it. You don't want to create a full C++ class unless it's very close to something else in a different level, just for that one aspect. So what you'd rather do is place it in the a level and then create a level or object blueprint right on that object itself. Attach it to some event of some sort, and then you just do that one thing, click compile, and move on, because it's done. Don't care, right? It's there. It works. Move on. You can continue doing more and having like full characters and stuff like that built entirely in blueprints. As a matter of fact, Unreal Tournament for not a long time, for a short period of time, ended up having the entire movement system calculated in blueprints, including the wall dodge system. So if you look at it, there's a note as like trace lined all geometry in the level, and if it's within a certain range, and let you jump, whatever. Showing your roomie is a programmer. He says hi. Okay, so what is your roomie program? Again, this is a very, very, very informal stream, so talk about anything, your personal projects, what you had for lunch, no big deal. Anyway, so what I was saying earlier was there's a different way of doing it, and that's simply have tiles get selected, may even have a shader effect or a glow around it, or particle effect or something to signify someone you're selecting. And as you press a button, you'll move to the next one in whatever direction. And if you keep holding it down, it'll select the next until you hit the boundary. That'll actually be very easy to implement, because all you have to do is ask the level manager, what's next tile, what's next tile, what's next tile in any given direction. I'm not going to repeat that on stream. Actually, I say that, and yet people in Twitch chat will be able to see that, no problem. But they'll be gone in 2 weeks, so the VODs, that is. YouTube will not know what I'm talking about, or what he was talking about. Okay. So now, what I'm gonna do is actually open up Git. And I'm gonna actually make a branch for this. So Git status. Oh, that's yeah, that's wrong folder. So cd c:\unreal projects, and then check it. And everyone has just seen some of my old projects that are on GitHub, or on Git but not on GitHub even. This is the one. So there was a change to base controller. What did I change? Oh, I had the camera movement, right. Oh, and I also knocked out the other crap too, the things that were commented out. I'm just gonna add that too. Okay, so git status, git add source, git add source. Whoops. Okay. We're gonna hit tab there, so git status. I'm not gonna update the level. Git commit start camera rotation. Now I can work on a branch, or I can just do it directly. I think I'm going to use why does everyone use Git so bad? Poor Mercurial gives no love, says KO2 fan. So the main thing about Git is there was a couple of projects I was interested in. Unreal Engine being a major one, Unreal Tournament being another one, but also a couple ones from Mozilla and a couple other, well, even though Mozilla mostly uses Mercurial, there were some of them that were on Git. And I just started using them because that's what they used. And I just kind of stuck with it, right? I could easily, learn Mercurial as well. Oof, sorry, I got a bit of a sore throat. Oh, it wasn't level manager. It was actually game mode that took care of that. Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a big deal. I just need to put the function somewhere else. It would have been weird if I started putting some helper functions and being like, "Where's that variable? It's not finding it. There's this red squiggly line. Oh, it's in a different class." Cut paste, right? Right. So this is all good. Yeah, so yeah, let's start by so I'm not gonna need this. And just so you know, if you're wondering why I am being so willy-nilly about this, I can just revert. That's a nice aspect of source control, is like, oh no, I didn't do it. I was thinking of maybe doing it on a branch, but it's just me. Branches, so basically what happens is, if you're working on multiple features at the same time, or multiple people are working on different features, multiple people are working on the same features, when you have source control, you have your trunk, which is your master trunk, or whatever you want to call it, your base trunk, your main trunk, or feature, or whatever you want to call your main path of source. And then if you want to work on a new feature, you can then branch it. So if you have, you know, commit, 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 I don't know what I want to do. Let's try forking it off, or sorry, branching off in this direction. Forking something completely different. Well, very similar, but yeah. Let's try branching off in this direction here. So people can still commit on the main trunk, but you're working over here and committing as well. So now you have two versions of the source. One main one, and then whatever you're working on the side here. That way, you can work on two different things at once, even if they interact in the same file. It doesn't matter, because they're going to be on two different versions, and you actually have to switch using Git or whatever between the different branches. So a good example of this would be, let's say, Windows 10, right? Let's say Windows 10, the Edge team wants to modify part of Windows, and the kernel team also wants to modify part of Windows. Instead of bugging each other every time they make a single change, they can just branch. Edge team makes their commits, kernel team makes their commits over here, and then there's a canonical one in the middle. When they're done, they can say, I want to go back to the canonical version, and Git or whatever you're using, Mercurial, I think Perforce even does source, or is it just assets? I don't know much about Perforce. It's one of those paid services, and I just never really looked too much into it. I think it does source too. And there's a bunch of other ones too. SVN, that was very popular when SourceForge was not an adware infested mal crap, allegedly. So anyway, you say, I want to merge back in, and the source program will look at the branch and look at what you're merging into, and it will say, okay, you haven't touched the same parts of the program, I'll just insert your changes in, and then it's up to you to test to see whether it works or not. But if it sees, hey, this has changed since you've branched here, this file you're editing has changed since down here, and you change it over here too, which one, right, and specifically that part of the file, it actually works on a line basis. Those have both changed. What do you want, right? And it's up to you to then be like, okay, I want, you know, if this line says, if A, then do what, and then if this one says, if B, then do what, then you could be like, if A or B, then do this, or if A and B do this, or whatever the logic happens to be. It depends on what you're actually doing, or what each branch actually did. But it's up to you to then say, like, how do these, you know, come back together? If they never actually have touched, then you can just stick it back in. But in either case, while you're working, you're still on your own isolated version of the engine, the game, the operating system, whatever application you're designing. And you only have to worry about how they interact when you actually try to bring it back into the trunk. That way you can have multiple teams working on different things. Each of them have their own working, hopefully building, if someone didn't screw up, version of their application, and it only matters when you have to go back in. For me, I can work on trunk because as long as I am not working on two features at once, in which case I would want to branch out one, because you don't want, you know, if I'm switching between doing two different things, I don't want the one thing to interfere with the other thing. But if I'm only ever doing one thing, whether I have it on the trunk or not doesn't really matter, because if I screw up, I just go further down the trunk, or further up the trunk. Is it considered down or up when you go backwards? Anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. That was basically what I was trying to get at. But if I was working with another person, or I was working on two things at once, I would definitely want... Sorry, just make sure I was screaming yes. I would definitely want to branch off so they don't interfere with each other. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Oh, no. Let's click on the correct sub-window, then remove this. And then let's remove all of camera move. Actually, gonna want to keep this probably in a because I can go back, but I still want to look at it. So let's see if I can get a code window up. There we are. So now I have a Visual Studio Code up. Let's do a new file, and we'll. Did I copy? Before I do anything, let's make sure I copy. Let's copy and then paste. Yeah. So now I pasted in the other window here, and that's all good. So now if I need to see something, I can go and look over there. I shouldn't ever need that, but it's better to be like, oh, how did I do that before? Oh, let's revert, copy, unrevert, paste. Okay, now we will need to look over here. Okay, now I'm going to have to change this here. So what we're going to do, as I said earlier, was when you move the stick or you press a D-pad or you press WASD, it'll select the next tile in that direction. I'll do up, down, left, right, or diagonals. So if both, you know, up and right are selected, then, you know. Or up and left or down and right or whatever. And then if I have a touch input, I can be whatever I click on, like whatever I move or I start dragging or whatever. Well, dragging would be a bit different. I would have to see a start point and end point and somehow map that to the number of tiles moved. That shouldn't be too hard, but that's something I'll worry about later. If I even do touch, I don't know. I don't have anything to test touch on, unfortunately. I got my tablet. I suppose I can pretend pen events are touch or mouse events are touch, but I don't have any other touch device. I have an Android 2.2 phone. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, so... And we'll slowly move over. If we have no more tiles, then it'll stop the input in that direction. So all we have to deal with is where the next tile is, how long it's going to take to get to that tile. If there's any easing factor, that'll be just done directly using fmath. I think it's fmath, yeah. Yeah, things like that. So what we'll need is I'm assuming that the first selection will give you more time. So like I showed earlier, my little hotkey setup that I used to use for my mouse, an older mouse actually. Sorry about that. Had a lot of coffee today. So the first one will probably have about a 200 millisecond delay, so that way you can press D and release it before it tries to go 2 spaces over. We'll probably let that delay be adjustable. And then if you hold it down, it's going to keep going in that direction, so it'll do the same input, but it will continuously do it until you release it, right? Probably slower duration. Keep moving, probably slower, probably quicker duration until released. So what I need is the next tile. Duration held, or sorry, frequency, held frequency, or sorry, first frequency, or first latency, I'll say, just the amount of time. I don't really want to spend a lot of time having good grammar for a comment. So the next tile, first latency, held frequency. Those will be the same as the animation speeds, probably. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, do I want to store what current tile I'm on? Yeah, I'll probably want to store current tile. That's weird. And yeah, so let's do that. So snap start, snap targets. I'll instead have it be current tile. And then next tile. And hey, Durs. I'm trying to think whether I want to like in what coordinates should I store? Should I store the world coordinate? Should I store the tile coordinate, or should I store the actual tile reference? Yeah. I'm gonna need these two. I'm not gonna need these two though. Then we'll have initial snap delay, then float, camera, next snap delay, or yeah, I guess that's not too long of a variable name. Okay, so now I need to go into game mode and handle the oh, maybe it is level manager I need. No, I'm not going to use level manager, I'm going to use game mode. But level manager has some data that I want to. So level dimensions was here. I never set it on game mode, I don't think. And a match waiting start, level tile's empty. So game mode, where do I grab that? F-int array, level dimensions. Hi, so let's That's what I call it here. Oh, FN vector, wow. Sorry, I was looking at arrays there. Okay, so handle match when it starts. We're searching for all tiles in the level. Oh, I don't do a get more. Okay, this is very silly, but. This should never actually happen, but I mean, it's always good to check in case something needs to crash for some reason. Okay, so this is the game mode. Now I can do 4T actor iterator, and it would be a level manager. Actor iterator, get world. Actor iterator plus what's actor iterator. If B has generated. Oh, first off, I need to. If a level manager. I'm just gonna add the the header file before I keep going. A level manager equals actor iter. If B has generated, sorry, a level manager. B has generated. So basically, if the level exists, pointer. Level dimensions equals level manager level dimensions. Get the current level dimensions. This means that I'll even bother with the comment. This means that the level dimensions cannot change within a single game, but that's okay because that would be very weird. Ideally, the level dimensions will never change once you initially create the level, so. Which of course does not mean that tiles can't be added to the level. It just means that when you generate the level at first, you have to generate the maximum size that your level will be. You can then disable tiles coming in, so it'll look like, you can make like a 64 by 64 grid of tiles look like an 8 by 8 grid by just having the 8 by 8 grid in a corner, in the center, on the inner corner, or whatever, be enabled and everything else be disabled. You can make even heart shape or whatever if you want, right? But mathematically, like computer-wise, the full grid is being stored behind the scenes. Just everything else will be disabled. That full grid size can't change. Can't change once you start the game, I should say. Once you're designing a level, you can change it all you want. But once you hit the play button, it has to stay the same until you exit out of the game. Which is fine, I mean, just, you know, make it as large as you need. Okay, so now I get the level dimensions. I will make sure to be clear. Level dimensions are only available in game, so they're not available at editor runtime. Yeah. Hi, welcome, Chokma. It's been a little while. That's something I have to do much later. So anyway, what I was gonna say was we need to now add functionality for getting any given tile. So what we need is the ability to get any given tile, but based on world position and based on tile position, probably. We may not need that for a while, but I mean, we're gonna need it at some point, so might as well add it now. So void. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, how's it going? So void get tile at coordinates. Get tile. It'll just have to be get tile, and we'll overload it. So that way, if it's doing a f vector, it'll be world position because that's floats, and if it will be f int vector, it will be tile position because that's integer position. We'll actually have to be at coordinate. Actually, let's so get tile near location. It's 3:30 in the morning where you are. Oh, it's nice you're kind of staying up to watch. Just so you know, one of the major changes of this is now that is generate by a unique macro. No, this is Unreal Engine 4. It is an Unreal Engine 4 macro though. Just so you know though, this is a now being recorded, so it's not just when the Twitch chat kind of disappears, it's gone. I have a YouTube channel right now, which is right here in chat. If you subscribe, which is free of course on YouTube. Subscription on YouTube doesn't mean the same thing as subscription on Twitch. This is very different things, right? If I get 100 subscribers, I can actually rename my channel to something more memorable, which is better than capital U, capital C, lowercase z, lowercase b, and like 20 other characters. So, yeah. So void get tile nearest location, f vector position, and then void get tile at coordinates, f int vector position, Make the chess pieces shoot fire and fly. I haven't thought of that, actually. Well, flying would be when they move. I don't really want to admit it, but that actually gives me some ideas for some power-up cards. Could be interesting. Oh, and I don't know why I had it be void. So now I'm trying to think of here is what do because I it's a getter. It's not going to be a void. It needs to actually return something for whatever calls it. The question is, what do I want it to return? Let's have it be a pointer to the actual tile. So a tile, bang, and then a tile, bang, and then a tile, bang, and then a tile, bang. So up here we need to, tile's already done, and it's already forward declared. That should be good. So now it needs to return. We'll do return void for now. Mostly because, you know. Maybe pass by reference and keep it void. What I was trying to figure out is whether I want to pass the pointer to the tile itself. Like, if I need this function, what would I need? Would I need the coordinate? Would I need the world position? Or would I need the actual access to the tile itself? In this case... Oh, actually, it's not void, it's null. Or is it... Yeah, null. The macro is null. Right, there we are. It won't be returning null for long. But then I was thinking, okay, so if I need to do this, it would make sense to just return the tile, because if I need the position, I can grab it from the tile, right? I have all the information on the tile I need. The tile stores the whether it's enabled, disabled, sorry, whether it's enabled, whether it's dynamic in general, but probably need that. The piece that's on it, its location. The actor stores its world location, so it's not here, it's in a parent class. And that should be about it. Yeah, I can't return void in reference. I was an idiot. I want to remind people that my main language is JavaScript. That's why I mostly did stuff. Although I've been doing a lot of C++ lately. But sometimes it makes silly mistakes. Why is this not waking up?
Hello.
C++ is fun going to class for it? Nice. So you're in university now then? Oh, return void, yeah, cast a void pointer, yeah. That's the problem when you jump around between languages and platforms and stuff like that. It's, you know. Anyway, so get tile nearest location. Let's, okay, so what we'll need to do is, we have the list of tiles. I won't need to see if it's valid because If it's not valid, actually, no, I will. So, if, no, actually, it won't matter. Okay, yeah, it won't matter. Say, if it's empty, I'll just return null. But then I was like, well, I have to declare what I'm gonna return before I return it, so, you know. Oh, sorry, selected tile. Yeah, selected tile. JavaScript, 2 years, second year at the moment, sorry. Recursion is my, your addiction, I'll say. Colleges still teach C++. The one I'm going to has courses for it and a spring course for assembly. Can't wait for that one. That'd be kind of fun. In case you want to find work, you need C++, right? Well, not always, but they're reaching Java when he left 12 years ago, or teaching Java when he left. Yeah. Yeah. When I went to physics, I took a couple courses in computer science. Most of them were in Java. One of them was in MATLAB. It was more of a computer science for physics or math or engineers. And I also had a math class that taught Maple, which is a Canadian-made version of Mathematica. Well, equivalent of Math. Well, I'm sure Maple people would say they're better than Mathematica, but you know. Okay, so yes, for int 32, I equals 0, I less than level tiles dot num, I plus plus. I cannot type today. Wow, what's wrong with me? So we're sorting through. Oh, we need to do the max. So float distance equals e to the, I don't know. Really big number. Level tiles is undefined. Shouldn't be. I'm wondering if it'll just wake up when I do a compile. So float, or sorry, yeah, f vector current location equals I should probably get speeded up too by just doing a yeah. So float let's do max or min distance. Float current distance equals f math for f vector distance position and then level tiles I location. And then if min distance is larger than current distance, we will do selected tile equals level tiles I. And then min distance equals current distance. Then we'll return a selected tile. Okay, there's actually a lot of things going there. Notice he made jobs for C++ outside games and embedded. First thing I learned was a made-up assembly language for virtual machine. That was actually that was it actually is what they're trying to say. We need C layer for scientific computing, but we're expected to learn that on our own time. Our current class teaches Java and C++. The good guys outnumber them 3 to 1. KO2 fan, sorry, Chakma says a KO2 fan. The thing is that you can learn Java or C# or Ruby or whatever within 2 weeks when you come from C++, but the other way around doesn't work. I'm not so sure about that. There's learning a programming language is mostly based on the projects you have and what you need to do. I mean, C++ does teach you the paradigms of basically every paradigm that anyone wants to use has been implemented in C++, right? So going to the other languages that are focused around the paradigms, you probably, if you know C++ really well, you've probably experienced and implemented C++ at some point, so learning the new syntax shouldn't be that hard. Whereas the other way around, you may need a certain paradigm in C++ that you've never experienced before because you came from Rust, which only uses, well, basically only uses functional, or you came from, you know, whatever it happens to be. Then again, it's my opinion, and maybe I'm not correct. I don't know. I'm wondering why level tiles doesn't want to register. Either way, let's deal with that. Right here, so maybe it's just not compiling properly. Okay, so let's close it down. So that should be right. And this one should be much simpler. For int32 I equals 0, I less than level tiles dot num I plus. I do I plus not plus I. Apparently plus I used to be faster, but now compilers just output the same stuff anyway. So I'm trying to think whether I want to put the position. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do a UE log. So what was that again? What was my UE log function again? Here. There we are. Okay, so if position.z doesn't equal 0, position, actually, was it 0 or 1 I chose? Let's look in level manager. I think it was 0. Yeah, F-int location was IJ0. So we're 0 counting. Tile position is not 0. It's not on z equals 0 plane. Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is if for some reason I am receiving null and not understanding what's going on, way down in the future, I'll look at my log and say that for some reason get tile at coordinates receiving a non-zero z value. But I don't want to like strip it, and then if I decide to do three-dimensional levels, like three-dimensional tile levels, figure out, okay, where did I strip out the z coordinate? Okay. If location. Three equals position. Selected tile equals level tiles I, and then break. Because I don't need to keep searching through all the tiles. I found the one I need. Just don't make the computer keep working, right? We know what we got. I could do a return here instead of a break, but there's no need for that. Okay, so now let's try I don't know why you're complaining, so let's try doing the build. Okay, wow, okay, so, oh, right, I didn't, clear all those, next tile, current tile, and then I don't need either of these. Oh, what I do need is change them though, so camera initial snap delay, and then camera subsequent snap delay. So this will be in seconds, so I want subsequent snap delay to be, let's try 50 milliseconds and 200 milliseconds for the initial and the subsequent. So let's try building. Oh, I need it. Let's get rid of this. There we are. So these might be the last ones. All right, so here. I don't need this. And I don't need any of this either. There we are. Yes, please build. Please build, please. No. Okay, so I fixed all of those issues. Level tiles, undeclared identifier. Oh, that's not my problem. My problem is that yeah. Right. I know what it is. So what did I call it? A base chess mode. Yeah. A base chess game mode. A base chess game mode. Because they're part of the class, right? Yeah. This should build. And that's why these things were complaining too. Oh, it didn't build. What's wrong? Oh. Yeah, okay, this is a problem. Get actor location. There we are. And there we are. This should build. I was trying to do the coordinate of the tile. Not, no, it doesn't. Okay, I need to be explicit on that. Here we go, builds. And of course I can be like, well, I can hide all of the conversion from tile to world location inside game mode, or I can have that be done by the units. Okay. No, let's just have it be done that way. So let's go here, camera forward, camera right, camera rotate, camera rotate. So so player controller, current tile, next tile. So this is gonna happen on okay, so alright, see Rat's Claw, enjoy your dinner or snack or whatever it is. Oh, is level tile as a class and array? It's class. Oh, so no, it's array, it's T array of class of tiles. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll have float current time equals game mode get time, or sorry, get world get time seconds. Get world's already been taken care of here. Okay, so right. Bool B is first move. Right. So now I have to think of how I would set and unset that. So check to see if this is the first. Sorry, yeah, check to see if. Or sorry, B is stopped. And then float camera time of next selection. There we are. Why does it matter if it's the first move? Because for interface purposes, we're gonna have it accelerate. So the first move, if you press, let's say the D-pad or move a stick, it'll take about 200 milliseconds, but we're gonna adjust that. It'll actually probably be user adjustable to how long it moves to back. So if you're kind of slow, you can kind of move it once, and it'll just move one tile over. But if you hold it, or hold the D-pad down, the second, third, fourth tiles are going to come a lot quicker, right? I'll probably make it about 4 times faster. Seems like when I did my thumb buttons for scrolling things, I was able to get about, actually let's be 250 milliseconds here. Because for me it was 250 and 50, I think it was, for each of them. So the first one will be a lot longer of a delay, just so it will be easier to select the next one. So that way you're not like trying to think of an example of that where you're trying to select something and you just have a very dicey control, so it's like overshot. You can go quickly, like slowly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm here, right? Not just yeah, first input. No, not the first time you move the piece. Yeah, the first time you move the camera. What we're working on right now is just camera controls. We're not working on how the pieces are selected yet. But one of the benefits of this camera control is since it's based on the tiles, individual tiles, I will be able to know which tile I'm selecting at a given point in time, so it'll make it a bit easier for me to correlate between that, right? Oh, and one thing as well, note, check if current tile is null. If it is, find the nearest tile at your coordinate. It's possible that the tile respawns mid-game. Yeah, it makes sense now, yep. I was gonna say, check to see if this is the first move. So if B is stopped, and let's actually create a new function here. So bool is moving. Is camera moving? Yeah. So then we'll have I don't know why begin plays all the way down here. Should be right above the tick, usually. So bool a base player controller is camera moving. If camera right intensity is less than or equal to fmath absolute camera intensity is less than or equal to 0.01, and fmath absolute camera forward intensity is less than or equal to 0.01. Return false. Return true. Okay. So if the it's just a helper function for me later. If the stick is moving either up, down, left, or right in any direction greater than 1%, then it will be in a dead zone. Or any less than 1%, it'll be in a dead zone. Otherwise, it will say I'm moving. I'm not sure how much of a dead zone Unreal Engine offers, but yeah. Actually, I can probably check that in the properties. Okay. Doesn't seem to say. So if B is stopped, if I might have to rethink what I'm doing right now. If is moving, is camera moving? Then we'll do camera time of next selection equals current time plus camera initial snap delay. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything. Oh, and B is stopped is true. Just false, I mean. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're seeing if this is the first moved, and we're doing that by saying if the camera is stopped, but the control of some sort is saying we want to move, we're going to have our first move be over the course of this period of time, and the is stopped be false because we're actually now starting to move. And we'll have ATAL. ATAL. Is that correct? Yeah, let's get rid of that. If current, sorry, if not current tile. So if we don't have a current tile, we will get the tile closest to us. So game mode, sorry, current tile equals game mode. Get tile nearest coordinate. Nearest location, sorry. And it would be player pawn. Get actor location. Yeah. And then return. I'm not sure if I want to log that something is problem, but yeah, sure, why not? I'll log that. Sorry, sometimes it's kind of difficult to keep track of what I'm saying at any given point in time. is level created. Gotta be a little helpful there. Like if I'm trying to spawn this in a new level that doesn't have a level manager at all, then this will be like, hey, what's going on, buddy? Right? Okay, so now we know that at this point on, we know that we have a current tile selected, a home tile. So current tile is going to be valid from this point on. Now it's whatever the next tile is. Okay, so have it be f-int vector. Get selected direction. I'm not going to have this be a parameter. And what this is going to do is it's going to look at our inputs, whatever it is right now, be it gamepad, be it keyboard, be it D-pad of gamepad, and based on the direction, let's actually do a define on this one. What was the define again? It was if and def, right? We define all the way up there, okay. If and def input dead zone, define input dead zone equals 0.01 f. And if I need the oh, I don't need the semicolon. So there we are. And I'll eventually fix these with actual proper values as opposed to just macros, but yeah. So if return f-int vector 0. Oops, no. No! Is there a 0 vector? Why is this all freaking out? Because I need to compile it, maybe? Let's do else return. Let's close this off and let's do a build. see if I screwed up or if it just needs to not see something. I really don't like this. Oh, there's no equal sign. Right. Ah. Beware the programmer knows somewhat what they're doing. So let's see here for is there any new engine version? No, okay. Okay. So yeah, it's 10:30. Was it less than or equals to? Yeah, it was less than or equal to, okay. We'll do less than. We'll have 0, we'll have 0.1 be valid. So, greater than 0. So we know it's not a dead zone, so it'll be 0.1 or higher. If camera forward intensity is greater than 0, I have to do this. Because it would be both, right? Yeah. So if it's greater than or equal to input dead zone, nah, I don't want to do this. Or if we can do a convert. Let's see what F vector allows us to do. So UE for F vector. Because if I can just deal with it in anyways, basically what I want to do is I want to see the direction it's rotating in, and have that map to an actual direction. I don't want the distance, I want the direction. Heading angle. That might be what I want. Or what am I doing? I just do math. Right. right. I know high school trig. So tangent would be opposite of adjacent. So assume forward is 0 degrees and spins clockwise, i.e. Full forward plus full right equals 45 degrees. Okay, so oh, right hand's not tan only has a period of 180, doesn't have a period of 360. Wow, maybe I don't know high school math. Look at that tangent curve for a second there, just so I can make sure that I'm visualizing it right. Okay, so it goes from positive 90 to negative 90, that makes sense. So then I could have if forward is positive, have tangent from left to right. That won't work because then I'll blow up. Well, no, it'll be fun. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to convert a forward and a right impulse to a degree. I'm trying to do it in as little code as possible. And I'm thinking tan is not the best idea for that. F vector impulse equals F vector camera forward intensity, camera right intensity, 0. So is there an F vector one that can just do this for me, please? Get the okay. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So if I get an F rotator, I can just pull out the yaw. So, Zurich was east. Okay, that's not gonna work. I mean, it will work, but it's not in the right direction I want. Oh, maybe it's a heading angle? Okay, get a heading out angle. 0 is pointing down plus X. This is exactly what I want. So float direction equals hi, welcome to chat. Oh, you left chat. Impulse dot heading angle. So angle, yeah. Let's do direction angle. Angle, not angel. So now we have the angle. We need to then slice it in eighths. So if direction angle is between two parts, is less than or equal to pi divided by 4. And direction angle is greater than or equal to negative pi by 4. So forward is plus 45 to negative 45. Oh, I only need that. Okay, so pi is half. So pi by 2 is a quarter. Pi by 4 is an eighth. But pi by 16th is halfway between those, so I need to be pi by 8. Else if is greater than or equal to pi by 8, but less than or equal to actually, I even need, yeah, this is stupid. I'm doing it in brackets when I can just go around the circle, because it's an if statement. It's a series of if statements. Each one will negate the one before, so I need to go and do it in brackets there. As we're done in checks. Okay, so sorry, it's not my most Continue the first one? Yeah. So what's less than or equal to pi by 8, and greater than or equal to pi by... there, so less than or equal to... 2 times pi dot 8. So return f int vector 1 0 0. Else if return f int vector 1 1 0. So you can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to go around the circle, right? And with each stop, return a different heading. Else if direction angle is greater than or equal to negative 2 times pi by 8. Then return f int vector -1 -1 0. So doing straight, right, left, now far right, far left. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think it's 3 pi by 8. Yeah. So I need to be between 1/8 and 1/16 and 1/16, then 3/16 and 3/16, then 5/16, then 7/16. This is where things just start going well. Unless I have a bug, in which case everyone's laughing right now and I don't know. No, it needs to be 0 1, then 0 -1. And then you just tell me tile offsets or whatever I happen to use it for. If you're using the D-pad, it's going to be locked to it already. It's just if you're using a stick, I don't know. I need to kind of consider all the options, right? And then here, 7, we have 7, and then else return f int vector -1 0 0. So these ones here will be so one there, so it's gonna be now 1 1. I probably should have done this before I did this. Oh no, I did it wrong. Okay, so forward right, forward left, right, left, negative right, negative left, and then negative. So let's go through here again. Again, mental math is not my strong suit, but we'll see. So if we're between 16 forward or 16 back, it will be forward. If we're below 16, below 3/16, then it'll be upright. If we're above negative 3/16, it'll be up left. Oh no, it's the other way around. I was right the first time. Shoot. So forward, forward right, forward left. Because this is forward back, this is right left. So forward, forward right, forward left. Right, if this is less than 5/16. Left, this is greater than 5/16. So closer to 0. And then down right is greater than, sorry, less than 7 pi by 8. Greater than is so this is bottom right, this is bottom left, and this is bottom. And what's your problem? Oh, then there's no semicolon. Okay. Okie dokie. So now we get the selected direction. It's actually 11, so I probably should call it quits for now if it compiles. Select next tile. F int vector. I could make this be a pointer. But I'm just gonna do a direct copy. Just make it's just gonna be slow anyway. It's a very small structure. I could just pass it by reference. I mean, it's gonna create a new structure, but it's small for the amount of work I'm gonna be doing. So direction to next tile equals get selected direction. And from there, I will start moving to that tile. But for now, I'm going to call it quits. Does anyone have any questions before I call it quits for tonight, though? We will see if this builds while I'm waiting for questions. And if everything goes good and I don't have any questions, then I'll call it quits. And it succeeds. Yay! So I don't have any compilers. There says night night. Everyone else agree? I'm not going to commit anything just yet. I'm going to make sure that it works first, but that's going to be a fairly long commit. So it'll be a couple days for that. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. I am probably not going to be doing this tomorrow. I'll probably be starting on Sunday again. But, yeah. Normally we do Saturday, but something's coming up on Sunday, and I tend to try to do 5 days a week, for at least for a while. And there's going to be 6 days till Wednesday, or 6 days between Thursday and Wednesday, so I can take one of those off. It'll probably be tomorrow this week. Unless something comes up, but yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.